It's probably been over 5 years since I've really had to worry about marketing for new clients or even stressing over holes in my books. And honestly, it's such a great feeling because even if I do have an opening, I usually have a wait list or referrals constantly coming in. But it wasn't always that way. And the reason my business feels more consistent now isn't because I magically became a better hairstylist. It's because I stopped building my business from a place of panic and I started building systems within my business. So if you're a hairstylist who's constantly feeling anxious about your schedule, you're worried about your income, and you're always trying to figure out where your next client is coming from, today's episode, it's for you. Because I want to help you start shifting from constantly chasing clients to building a business that actually creates the financial freedom that you've been dreaming about. Are you a hairstylist who feels overwhelmed, stuck, lacking confidence behind the chair, or simply wondering how you're actually going to build the career you've been dreaming of as a hairstylist? Then welcome to Cutting Through It. My name is Sherry Brody, and after having to rebuild my business numerous times and learning lessons the hard way, I created this podcast to help hairstylists just like you feel more confident behind the chair and build a career you truly enjoy. Each week, I'm going to share real stories, practical advice, and the business tips beauty school didn't teach you. From how to connect with clients and build that loyal clientele to handling the real life stuff hairstylists deal with every single day behind the chair. There's no fluff here, just honest conversations from someone who's been through it too. So if you're ready, let's start cutting through it together. One thing I see all the time in this industry is hairstylists spending so much energy trying to get clients, but very little time learning how to keep them constantly coming back. And what I'm noticing right now is that so many hairstylists are working incredibly hard, posting constantly, stressing about their books, worrying about gaps in their schedule. Yet they're also feeling very anxious about having inconsistent income and whether their clients are actually going to return. And honestly, I don't think most hairstylists have a talent problem at all. I really think they have a systems problem. Because when you don't have systems in place working behind the chair, you stay stuck, constantly reacting instead of building the business that they're dreaming of. And that's what we're going to talk about today. I'm going to pause here for just a second because I want to share something I've been working really hard on behind the scenes. Over the years, after rebuilding my business multiple times and watching so many hairstylists struggle with stress, inconsistent income, and burnout behind the chair, I realized something. Most hairstylists were never actually taught the system it takes to build a stable, sustainable business behind the chair. So I created a workshop called From Empty Chair to Fully Booked. And inside this workshop, I'm going to help you start understanding the systems that create loyal clients, stronger retention, more consistency, and a business that doesn't constantly leave you feeling anxious or in panic mode. Because my goal for you isn't just to get more clients. It's to help you build a career behind the chair that gives you confidence, stability, and financial freedom. The doors are opening soon, and if you want to be one of the first to hear about it, head over to onpointhairbysherry.com and get your name on the email list. All right, let's get back into the episode. One of the biggest challenges that we face as hairstylists is building a clientele. And not just a clientele, but a loyal clientele. And today I see so many hairstylists operate under constant worry about their schedule. They're stressing when they have a cancellation. They're trying all kinds of random marketing ideas to see if it sticks. They just feel this pressure of always having to find new clients. And that leaves them constantly living in a reaction mode. And when we're in this kind of mode, it gets so tiring and it eventually leads to burnout. And I really believe that's why so many hairstylists, after being in the industry for only a couple years, is why they leave. Because nobody can sustain that long term. So today I want to talk to you and get you to think differently. I want you to understand the difference between getting clients versus building a clientele. You see, a successful hairstylist, eventually, they know what clients are coming in. They understand what their retention is, meaning they understand how many new clients have come in, how many have returned. They understand their numbers. They know how much they need to make every month. They know how much they are making. They understand all their numbers. They have a system in place for that. They have predictable income, and they have systems that are supporting them. You see, when you stop chasing and you start building systems, this is where your business starts feeling stable. You start feeling confident, and you don't feel stressful anymore. Talk about how I have not had to, market myself or worry about clients coming in. That's come from a lot of years of making mistakes, but a lot of years of learning. I've had to rebuild my business numerous times, so I definitely know how to create the consistency that you're desiring. And I believe it all starts with what I call the client journey system. And this is from the moment, like, you want to think about your client journey. From the moment that they find you on social media or hear about you from a friend, they're going on a journey until they sit in your chair, until they leave. So I want to walk you through that journey. So the first impression is usually social media. So when they land on your social media, I always recommend having a website, a link to a website where they can learn more about you. But you've got to have a really good bio that resonates with them. They want to see a brand that you are, what your expression is, what your vibe is. Is it professional? And what is your messaging? When they're looking through your social media, what are you posting about? This is all telling your potential client who you are as a person and what services that you offer, to see if you are even somebody that they can trust to come sit in your chair. And then the second part of their journey is being able to get booked with you. How easy is it for them? Is it a complicated exchange of text messages or voice messages and waiting for you to get back? Or can they just have a link and book themselves an appointment to get in to at least have a consultation with you? And that brings me to the next one, your consultation. This one is so important. It either makes or breaks your relationship with your client here. First-time clients, they're walking in and meeting you, and it's like having them going on a blind date. They've never met you. They're coming to meet you because they've read your bio, they've looked at your postings, your messaging, your vibe. They felt like it really suited you, and you were highly recommended, so they decided to come into your chair. And now they're in your chair, and now what kind of consultation are you giving them? The consultation is so important because this is where you build their trust in you and your abilities. This is where you establish yourself as a leader of your chair. And what I mean by that is that you're guiding the conversation, and you're guiding it in a way to help them fix a problem. They're coming to you with a problem that they want you to solve. And if we're just kind of asking them what they want to do today and then going on from there and not delving in deeper and learning more about them, we're really missing the boat here. Clients want to feel seen, they want to feel heard, and they want to know that they can trust you and that you really heard what they had to say. So consultation is so important, not only for their confidence in you, but it really builds your confidence in yourself, because when you do a thorough consultation, when you start doing that service, if you've done a consultation and done everything that's needed, then you're not going to have any question in your mind on whether this is going to work out for them or not, or if you're leading them in the right direction. You're going to know. The next is their experience while they're sitting in your chair. There's some things you really want to think about, like, is your vibe in your chair what they felt when they visited your website, visited social media? Does it mirror that? What does your station look like? How are you communicating with them? Are you talking more about yourself, or are you gearing it towards them? I personally, on my style at my client's journey, that service, when they're in my chair, it's all about them. And I want to make sure that I educate them on everything that I'm doing so that they feel confident in me, but that they are able to go home and reproduce what I have created on them. Because when they go home, you want them to be able to reproduce it because they are your walking billboard. If they go home and you have not taught them how to do their hair, what products that you have used on them, and not even have the products available for them, that's another one, but that's another episode, they're not going to be able to duplicate what you did. And I know for me personally, I wouldn't want somebody walking around with their hair not looking good and telling everybody that I did it. So you want to make sure that you're giving them some education so that they're confident in being able to reproduce it at home. But not only that, when you are talking professionally behind the chair and you're focusing it on them, then it feels like you're a professional and it doesn't feel so much like you're their buddy, because you want to lead the chair. You have to remember that that is your business. And if you are constantly talking about your life and what you did the night before or whatever, and you get all buddy with your clients, when it comes to the time where they want to change, or maybe they weren't happy with something that you did, they're just going to ghost you and they're going to find somebody else because they're not going to feel like you're going to listen to them, or they're not going to feel, they don't want to hurt your feelings. So the service experience, it's so important. Clients will remember more about how you made them feel than anything else at all. So you want to make them feel confident and secure in your chair. They want to feel cared for and heard. They want to know that feel comfortable and that they can share anything with you about their hair. So anyway, that's the service experience. And then you want to have a system in place for your checkout and rebooking. This is so important. You have to have a system in place to get them to rebook always. And it's not about just asking them if they want to rebook. You have to guide them and let them know when they need to rebook. Give them time slots that you have open so that it's not just, I'll call you. It's which date do you want? Which time do you want? Are you asking for those reviews? So important. When I tell you about that, I do not have to worry about it. My clients that are finding me, clients that are new sitting in my chair, I ask them all the time, how did you find me? Well, I looked up hairstylists. I looked up hair cutting. I really wanted to find somebody that was really good at hair cutting. I wanted somebody that had good reviews, and you have 5-star reviews. And I loved what your clients were saying about you, so I knew you were my person. So these are called, retention conversations. You've got to be asking for referrals. You've got to be asking for those reviews and always asking them for the rebooking. The next one is do you have a system in place to follow up? You always want to follow up with those clients, especially first time, couple days out, see how they're liking their hair. And I'm not talking about a text message. I'm talking about a real live phone call that you actually call them. And I also recommend other things as well, but that's another episode. But they want to feel appreciated. And when you take the time to follow up with them, it shows them that you care. So if maybe something happened in the service, maybe they didn't like their bangs, maybe they wanted more off, maybe they, a side of their hair isn't styling as well. When you take the time to call them and really ask them and truly care, then they're going to tell you. They're either going to tell you they love it and they'll be back. It's an opportunity to remind them about rebooking, but it's an opportunity to get them back in, that if they aren't happy with it, that you can get them back in your chair to make them happy. It just keeps you at top of mind for them. You see, every step of your client journey, you want to think of it like this. It's either building loyalty to you or it's weakening loyalty to you. Another point that I want to touch on is your retention. Do you know your retention rate? This is something that most hairstylists ignore. They talk about getting new clients in their chair, but are you looking to see who's returned? Do you have a system in place that you can actually look and see how many new clients have come in and how many have returned? And those ones that haven't returned, here again, you want to follow up with them and find out why. Invite them back in, give them an incentive. And if they don't want to come back in, this is a great time to just, be front of mind with them. Let them know that you do remember them and that you would like the opportunity to do their hair again. Because you really want to know. You want to know if there is something missing in your client journey that you need to fix. because you can have a giant hole in that journey system, the client journey system, that is causing you all of the stress that you're feeling about having cancellations and having these holes in your books. If you can figure out what is missing in that client journey, and a lot of times this happens by following up with those clients and knowing your retention rate, then you're going to build so much faster by humbling yourself to learn that and taking the time to do these extra steps that I'm sharing with you on following up. There is power in these systems that I'm sharing with you. There's so much power in it. What happens is that your reviews grow, which in turn brings in more clients into your chair without you having to do anything. Your referrals increase. Your clients are going to share more about you, and they're going to have such a great experience. They're going to want to bring their friends and family to you as well. And the trust builds. So then you're working on clients that really, truly trust you, have confidence in you. And you know what that does for you? It gives you so much confidence, and it opens up your ability to do what you got into this industry in the first place, and that is to be creative and enjoy it. And when you have a system in place like this, it enables you to enjoy it because you're not working in a panic mode any longer, because your schedules become more predictable, because your finances are more predictable, and you're experiencing the financial freedom that you have always wanted. Easy way to put that is systems, they don't protect your income. What they protect, it's your peace working behind the chair. And honestly, this is exactly what I'll be teaching inside my upcoming workshop. Because building a successful business working behind the chair, it's not about hustling harder. It's about understanding the systems that create loyalty, retention, referrals, and a predictable income. And once you understand those systems, your business, it's going to start feeling completely different. So if you're feeling discouraged right now, I want you to know something. You do not have to spend your entire career stressed out behind the chair. These are skills that can be learned, and the sooner you stop building from panic and start building from systems, the more sustainable your business becomes. Remember, you are not just building a clientele, you're building a business and a life behind the chair. I'll see you in the next episode. I hope this episode encouraged you today and reminded you that you're not alone behind the chair. And if it helped you, I'd love for you to subscribe, leave a review, or share it with another hairstylist who may need encouragement too. And remember, success behind the chair is built one client, one conversation, and one day at a time. I'll see you guys in the next episode.